Sorry about that. My mic was muted for a second ago. So yeah, sorry about this, guys. Since if you kind of got muted, you had to reread all this again. So I'm sorry about. I don't know what's going on. I forgot. I thought it was on. Just give me 1 second. I have to eat a bit, right? All right. So I sorry about what happened. So let's try to reread this. So basically, this person lived in a small town. He had a high school course, which is a small one at that, and something happened. No one at the, no one, there was no person, only a locked door, footsteps, of course, and the obvious 6 with 9. But yet, I don't want to read the whole situation, like the whole beginning. So once you read it all, you understand. So let's continue. It was unmoving that I heard of. It screams. Let's see who else is. I'm checking like the live chat, so I'm just gonna. I know how stuff happens with, you know. Give me 1 second to see who's chatting and who's lurking, of course, as usual. Okay, one viewer lurking. Hey, two viewers lurking, which is good. No big deal. All right, let's continue on, cause I don't want, people seeing what I'm looking, what's going on my channel. But yeah, so let's continue. Oh, gonna. All right, there we go. Okay, it was unmoving and I was heard, and it screamed. It sounded like a man with water in his throat. Trying to scream, I was in horror. I couldn't look away from this man, screaming from his lungs in my lawn. I couldn't make a feature. It was a living shadow, and was it a shadow? I didn't know, but I didn't want to know. I closed my curtains and stayed in a corner of my room. It says mid room, my room. This is like a bit of a bad grammar situation goes on with some person writing a story. Yeah, I had to correct a lot of things. Situation like, okay, saw a head poke it poke outside of outside of the door from a door. Okay, outside from poking the head out from a door. The duct, of course. Duct. It ducked. I'm not sure. Duck. It's it. Let's see. Voices outside of his door or outside of his doors. If it's like that or outside of his window, that's the thing. So let's see what goes on afterwards. Since yeah, and until the break of stay in the corner of my room until the break of dawn. Another incident happened 2 weeks after the first one. I was awoken in the middle of the night by my mother wondering what I was doing. When I tried to open the door for her, I couldn't, cause like someone was holding it shut. I checked the lock. Maybe I forgot to unlock the door, and it was unlocked. At least tried 30 minutes to open my door, and I couldn't. Then finally, someone let it. This like finally, like someone let it go and popped open, and nothing ever happened. My mother asked me what happened, and answers. Then I was leaving a basketball game in high school. Okay, And I swear I saw a shadowy figure at my lawn at the window of the school. It was staring at me, like it was waiting for me to move. I started at it, and it started. Oh, I stared at it, and it stared at me, of course. For what? Like it felt eternally. Someone finally walked up to me, asked what's wrong. I glanced at the woman. I looked back in the window. The figure was gone. It was gone for my friends too. No one saw it. No one heard voices or whispers. No one knew what happened. But it was relieved that it had stopped until 2024 this year. I was still in high school at my brother's football game when I saw something again, a black flash dashing corner to corner. I was 50 feet away from the school. I saw it. My friends were there too. I asked my friends if they see it too, and they confirmed it. Hey Bob, what's up? So yeah, I'm just having my brunch and, scary story session as usual. So how you been, Bob? Since I'm trying to finish up this first story. But I have to look up for any other scary stories goes on. But, if you know any scary stories, just let me know, Bob. Just I could look it up and we'll see what happens, alright? I could read it, right? Just hold on a sec, I just gotta eat a bit. Just gotta mute myself. I'm just having my nice coffee while, eating my breakfast, reading scary stories. It's the simple thing I do. So, let's continue on with the story, guys. I might think about trying to, make a new window for this, guys, so just be aware of that. 2014. Okay. They confirmed it, and then then the flash stopped at the window, and by God, it looked wrong. And welcome to the stream, Miss Clary. And how you doing today? This fine afternoon or morning, or evening if you're in whatever time zones you're in. So, we're gonna continue reading this since this is gonna be a bit of a few hour session, not too long, not too short. So I'm gonna read some few scary stories, and see what I think about this, guys. So, let's continue. At the flash stop, like I was wrong, its neck looked like it's 2 feet minimum, and it was tall. It looked like a 12 feet, and at least 12 feet, and before we could look at it more than the second, it vanished before me and my friend's eyes. We marched around the school, checked around all doors to see if we could get inside, but all the doors are locked. We're locked, of course. While one of my three friends decided to go get someone while three of us waited. And I decided to look around for one more time when one of the doors, I swear was closed, was open. One, one of my friends, okay, came back and we all went inside of the school. Almost nothing had happened a while until we started to head back. We're about to walk through the door, and I noticed something. A shout behind the door, like someone's waiting for us, and my friends was about to walk through, and I stopped someone. When I stopped them and told them, I noticed. Bro looked under the door, and there was someone standing there. We decided to go the other way when we round the corner. I heard loud footsteps following me, bolted to the exit door. Followed me, and I bolted the exit door. When I looked back, God, it was terrifying. It it was a long neck thing from before. I could see it, but it looked terrifying. It has no eyes, but eye holes, and look just eye holes, and look like the darkness and the eye holes went forever. It had no teeth, only a forward grin, and it was chasing me. Its arms were almost as long as it was tall. It used them to grab nearby objects to pull it along and propel faster. It dived out of the school, and I turned around in a flash, and it looked at me. And when I walked back in the depths of the school, I was terrified and decided to never go back to that school at that night again. I still live in that small town. I just know that thing is still in the school. My friends don't like talking about it. We moved on. Sometimes I hear stories from little kids about something in the school. I don't tell them that it's true. If it followed you home that day, it could be a demon from the replies, but yet, let's say this. It looks like some sort of weird monster from a creepy pasta or something like that, guys. Because as you know, guys, there's some weird things happening in schools, but this is why you gotta be careful when you're in a certain school. You don't know strange things happens, guys. Even if you gotta try to or anything cursed in the school like Ouija boards or something like that, just be careful on that, guys. So let's move on back to my screen. So we're gonna go. So look for another. I'm gonna open up the window and look for another scary story in this website. So give me a moment to just adjust this. Okay, we ain't been in little technical difficulties, but I saw yeah, like am gonna be finding. I am gonna get back to that website, so give me a while, guys. All right, I think I fixed it, and let's see if it goes. There we go, guys. Fixed. I might gonna. I'm not sure how my OBS is acting up, but I'm just gonna leave it as it is, right? So, as it's said and done, people, let's look up for another scary story since we finished with the demon in my school. So, since this is a website, where they have like a forums of scary stories, so I'm gonna try to choose which is interesting. If it's not mucho texto, okay? Because I don't like to read too much mucho texto, people, so I know for the fact that, like, there's a VTuber doesn't read mucho texto just like me as well, so you might know who she is, so. Hmm. This must be interested. Let's see how long. Okay, it's not tanto texto o mucho texto, okay, people? Ya sabe como yo sé, pero como yo no puedo leer tanto texto, and I'm just gonna say things in English. I can't read too much text. You know how if it's like a really really long story, yeah, that's an issue. So this is a bit of a short story. Okay, this is from Cryptids Forever on this forum. I've been a fan of your channel for a few years for now. I shared this story hoping for some theories. This story is involved with eerie, or some involves something eerie that happened to an old couple who just wanted to enjoy church. I don't know them personally, but I figured I would share the story. The couple's names aren't mentioned in the book where this story comes from, so I'll make their names. It was normally it was so it was normal. It was a normal Sunday morning. The husband, who I will call Jerry, and his wife, who I will call Sally, were getting ready to go to church. The couple had been together for years. Neither of them had any experience of anything like this. That morning, it was a normal church service. The band played a few worship songs, and the pastor was speaking a few sermons when it appeared. They were in the prayer, and when suddenly a woman screamed, they looked up and saw the most horrifying thing. A beast was standing in front row, growling and glaring at everyone in the room. Some security guards came to stop it, but were powerless before. Somehow, somehow managing to get a hold of it, Sally clutched her husband's arms in fear as the pastor walked up to the beast. The creature, who once was a woman as visible by her body structure, snarled at him. He got closer, started speaking in a language unfamiliar to anyone in the audience. As the pastor spoke loud, the creature seems weakened but held strong. The whole experience took at least an hour, leaving most of everyone in the room terrified. Finally, the creature seemed to faint as it fell to the floor. Sally and Jerry, who were sitting in the second row, watched as as the wolfish creature began to change back into a woman, until it was gone altogether. Sally looked at her husband as they both feared at their eyes. Soon the woman was taken away and the church was resumed. Sometimes after the couple were approached by the police, told to be quiet about the incident, which they obey, rumors started to circulate that the woman was possessed by a demon. Others say it was a trick of light or a costume. Hold on a sec. Sorry about that, guys. I've got something in my throat that kind of, let out, which is basically gas, since I don't like to burp very much on stream. So let's continue the story, guys. Say possessed by a demon, trick, okay, and that woman had mental problems, but nothing definite was proven. No one thought of take pictures or videos, and even if they did, any video evidence was confiscated by the authorities. For years, the church had its fair share of paranormal activities, just such as things going missing, the shadows moving in the corner of the eye, and a few occasionally someone was in the kitchen when knives flew at them, nearly killing them. On another occasion, someone was working in the basement when a shelf almost fell on them. Rumors went around that the demon that was in the woman had stayed in the church, harmed anyone who angered it. Even the church shut down from not having enough money, and I think I have to find the book to find out I'm right or not. And okay, let's see these right or not. And the activity has stopped and was torn down. Why I know about this unknown creature? The creature sounds like a skinwalker, possibly a werewolf, but based on the fact it disappeared, from the woman, but the activity continues makes me think it was a demon, possibly a trickster or a phantom. I looked through your freaking folklore book for answers, but nothing really matched of that then the first two suspects to let me know what it is. Hmm. This is a bit of a mystery of a thing about how weird things happen a lot, and it could be possibly a demon, which is my possible guess because, yeah, I know how demons are, to be honest. Even I could detect a lot of dark magic or anything goes on because I would like to share, some stuff from a friend of mine that he kind of did paranormal stuff, but he told me not to stream it on YouTube, Kick, or Trovo because, certain situations that it have to be private, guys. You know, if you have anything paranormal that I would want to show everyone about this, look, I promise you, I'm not gonna dox the person or anything, but I just basically, try to keep things, confidential because, as much as if you look through my past podcast episodes, you know the whole deal with, let's say, cursed objects and unknown magics that people didn't notice because, think about it, people. As much as you all, watching this, you had to think to yourself, like the Christian medallion, the Sanchu medallion and all this stuff. Things can be real. Even if anything happens, like, let's say, hmm, like what I heard from the other stream about the prism, which some people didn't talk about, but give me a second. I am going to show it right now, so it's behind the window capture, so yeah, that's the prism. And that's the food I'm eating, guys, so even though if you have one of those prisms, guys, just be careful. Things get weird a lot. I'm telling you. So let's continue. But it's like it's very. At least it's less worse than the medallion, to be honest. Cause look, I possess like two of them already, so I'll be fine, guys. So if anything happens to me, just be a, be aware about it, alright? So let me continue on eating for a bit, and then I'll read the next story, guys. So give me one moment. Yeah, I know I'm eating my breakfast since I kind of mute once in a while because I need to finish up that food before it gets a little cold and not that good, to be honest. But we'll continue. Let's continue on. But at least we could finish it in like in half hour or an hour or two or an hour and a half because my session of reading scary stories while I'm having brunch, it's no big deal. So as much as you all know, people, I would like to read scary stories at night, but I couldn't because uh, I had situations going on personally with my older sister that I can't talk too loud at night and all this stuff, which is bogus because I usually stream that time and the same time. I had to watch my favorite streamers as usual, so that's that. And also, I'm I might be in the house or I might be at the gym, so or sometimes I'm at the library. So either way, guys, just give a heads up when I usually stream late at night sometimes. So yeah, so let me try eat a piece of my bread and then we'll continue on. All right, guys. So as I said before, and I know like I might gonna finish this like in less than an hour or hour and a half. So since I want to get things started with my chores and go and work out for a bit, guys. So no big deal since it's a bit of a like a few hours stream, guys. Just to let you know. So let's see what else I have to read. Hmm. I'm trying to find something interesting to read, but hmm. Talented Mickey doll. Is it the Mickey Mouse doll? Let's see if it's too much text though to read, cause I don't want to read the whole. Okay, it made it more simpler. I could read this, but so And before that, I'm just gonna get a little more coffee, guys, since I'm low on coffee. Be right back. Just give me one moment, guys. I'm just gonna be right back for more coffee. And also, yeah, I didn't notice what I saw from the browser. From no, from this is this calculator will not accept new topics and replies, which it sucks. So we could read this, but I might need to get more coffee. So be right back. Uh, Sorry about that, guys. I had to drink my coffee while I had to take my meds, cause basically it's my vitamins because I'm trying to get myself not to feel too tired or anything, guys. Since the cold weather kind of screwed up my sleep lately. So that's that, guys. So let's begin the story about this doll. So, okay, when I first laid eyes on the Victorian house on Godford Street, it felt like something out of the dream. Tall, with weathered brick walls and ivy creeping up the side, up the sides. Once, once a grand home dulled by the passage of time. The large window framed by the dark wood shutters. Okay, hinted but at the house age and many lies it had sheltered over the decades, which is no big deal since this is my type of style to read, guys. Since if you're gonna try, submit any scary stories or anything, guys, I will accept it through my Twitter, Instagram, and if you have threads, just use Instagram DMs to just message me there. Same thing with True Social. Same thing with Blue Sky. That's the only way if you want to message me, guys. So even if you're on if you have my Discord or on my page or I'm on your Discord server, just DM me because, I don't mind to read your scary stories as well because the only thing is, I just want to make sure, it's really appropriate, to read it, but like not too, like it's fine to, if it's like, I don't want to make it too lewd or anything because I couldn't handle the line because, like, look, just make sure it's demure and scary as it is and make it a little say so, right? But not too say so, not too demure, keep it as a like a not to go exaggerate in a situation like this. So yeah, let's continue. It was a perfect mix of charm and mystery, and the price was too good of a deal to pass up. In retrospect, that absurdly good deal should have been my first clue moving. Okay, my first clue. Moving day was a blur of boxes, furniture, and exhaustion. By the time the sun dipped below the horizon, I was surrounded by half open boxes, the room lit by the soft glow of a single lamp, casting shadows across the floor. Alright, the house creaked as it settled for the night. The sound almost like a sigh and a tired exhale from the walls. Much. I decided to explore the attic before calling it a night. The narrow staircase groaned under my weight as it ascended, and a cloud of dust greeted when I pushed open the heavy wooden door and blindly reached out of my hand for the light switch. My fingers made a contact with a cord, pulled it, dot, and pull it, taut. Really? I don't know what it means, but taut with a slip with a soft click. The room was engulfed. The flickering lights. Those who one of those like flickering lights, like one of those like long rectangular. Okay, Florence's bulbs. I see. Okay, I gaze at the room before to find out cluttering with old furniture, forgotten trunks, and relics of the lives long past. As I picked the piles, I noticed small weathering tucker box in the far corner. It was covered in cobwebs, and looked it hadn't been touched for years. My curiosity piqued. I dragged in the middle, carefully left the creaking lid. Inside, nestled in a bed of yellow newspapers, was vintage, a Mickey Mouse toy. Oh boy, this ain't gonna be good. The toy was old, decades like decades are likely, okay, right? So, and with a faded fabric and permanently cheerful grin etched into its plastic face. One of okay, if I ever do a Mickey Mouse voice in this stream, I'll do it, guys. If it goes, if it says something, so be aware about that. All right, and one is bunting eyes. Okay, slightly skewed and giving an unsettled, lopsided gaze. There was something about something drew me in despite of worn appearance. It could not quite put my finger on it, but something told me I need to bring the doll out of the attic. Following that strange instinct, I left the attic, made my way back. With great reverence, I placed the doll center of I placed the doll at the center of the bookshelf that had been built into the wall, left in the fireplace. A twin shelf set on the other side, which I had already started to fill my own knickknacks. Once I was happy the doll was sat in a good position, I stepped back and admired the doll. A cheerful grin made me smile. My phone buzzed in my pocket roused, and I shook myself to bed. A week passed. I started to settle nicely in my new home. Mickey still set pride of the place of the shelf. I had a couple of bears I kept for sentimental reasons and a porcelain doll I had since my childhood on the bookshelf too. So strangely though, they kept falling off randomly throughout the week. The porcelain doll who had affected by the name Anna by my mother when I was a child. Oh, Annie, of course, not Anna. Annie, okay. I had clothes to break in one night. I had to head to bed, but and when I heard a dunk near the fireplace, I started to find Annie was slumped side on the side, so I was slipping down the shelf. I darted across the room, grabbed her before she could fall. And yet, this is what happens. You should never put porcelain dolls in high places, people. If you do, people, just put it somewhere a little bit safe and have some cushions nearby if you have a porcelain doll or something like that. That's what you be careful, guys. Alright. I started to find Annie was slumped to the side. I was quickly darted across the room, grabbed her before she could fall. Annie was close in relief. I heard another thud, shifted. The Mickey doll had now also fallen. The, his plastic face laying down on the shelf, and the button starting to stare. The button started to stare at me. I felt a shiver run my whole body. Instinctively grabbed one of one of the other bears carried along the way to the bedroom. Once up to the bedroom, okay. Once the door was shut behind me, I carefully placed all my childhood toys on the bed. For the first time I had moved in, I made use of a large ornament key and sat down at the keyhole of the lock. Wait a minute. I have a large ornament key that sat down the keyhole and locked the door for added measures. I placed the key inside my drawer or in my dresser. I knew I was probably irrational. What had happened that with the Mickey doll downstairs freaked me out. Freaked me I say freaked the hell out. It was a it was as if deliberately trying to push another doll or bear away from the shelf. As it is, as the as if the bookshelf was its own space of course. As frightened as I was, I did not get rid of the Mickey doll straight away. I guess I wanted to see anything could happen, and I was too scared to go anywhere near it. After that night, I avoided the living room at all costs. Only using the kitchen, going straight up to the bedroom. I got home from work. My bedroom had an okay, straight up to the bedroom when I got home from work. Okay, my bedroom is also had a attached bathroom, which meant I locked myself in my room for the night, and I would not need to leave the safety of my room until morning. That's not say a locked door stop any more strange occurrences from what happened though. Just this morning, something jolted in me from the sleep. Early hours in the morning, I wiped groggily my eyes. I sat up in my bed. The early morning light was starting to filter in around the edge of the curtains, okay? It was dim, I heard, while I woken up. A soft thud against the outside of my bedroom door. Old traces sleeps vanished. Then I started at the door. The sound came again. It sounded like something's hitting against the wood of the door. The noise came louder. This time, I had to cover my mouth to stifle the shriek that thawed. Suddenly stopped. My blood, my blood ran cold. I heard a high-pitched giggling noise coming from behind the door, like oh. It doesn't sound too human, or like oh. I'm not sure. I don't have a voice changer for this, guys. If I do, you know I'll be like doing that. The laugh grew louder as manically cleansing. Go like that. Oh, the sudden the door can handle started to rattle, and I screamed like a small child threw cover over my head. My ears had to cover, hoping it was all a nightmare. The laugh continued, and I cowered under the covers. I did not know how long it went through the whole night. I knew I was waking up from the sounds of silence. I scrambled under the cover, and it was about 9. No, it was about 11 a.m. Unfortunately, the weekend. I strained my ears. I could hear was the sound of creaking noises of an old house. My bedroom was stood doors stood. My bedroom doors were still shut, locked. And I plunked the back of the back on the back of the bed, sighing in relief. I knew what I heard, experienced, but part of me wondered it simple be a dream. I mean, the doll falling off the shelf, one thing. Something. Oh yeah, the demonic voice. I don't have that voice chance to do that stuff, guys. It's like I can't do a demonic Mickey Mouse voice, alright? So I want to do a normal one. So, alright. Demonic laughter of the Mickey Mouse voice. Trying to break in my room, a whole crazy level. In this late afternoon, I checked out the rest of the house just to ensure the deranged squatter breaking in my house last night. Wonder, all doors are still firmly locked and the Mickey doll is back in its usual place. Stare at me with its creepy grin. I am not sure what to do now. Do I go to do I go and stay in a hotel for a little while, or what if last night wasn't a dream? Would this give me a chance to calm down and go back to normal? Heck, if I'm the one crazy, maybe will help me reset my brain to its original setting, or let's see, do I just get the hell out of here and sell the house the first chance I get? I'm currently saying live I'm currently saying in my living trying to push down forbearance. I'm getting the feeling again the feeling forbid okay, let's try this. I'm currently saying in my living trying to push down the foreboding feeling I am getting in to staying here. I only turned away a moment, and I swear the Mickey doll just moved. Its head was not in the position before. Screw it. Tonight, I am finding a hotel. Amy Jean Romero. That's the name of the person. Hmm. Hmm. I'm not sure. It's weird that you had to be careful one thing. When you're buying an old house, people, in a house that's good to be true and a decent price, make sure this house needs to be blessed by a priest, and make sure there's no cursed objects, because honestly, you gotta be careful with cursed objects a lot. And here's one of the comments. Oh, hell no, kill it with fire. And the other one said for real. That's how Rem said for real, but yeah. Okay, I'm gonna finish eating this food up a bit, but give me one moment. I'm gonna mute my mic while I'm just gonna look through the forum and see what else is there. So Give me one moment, but feel free to chat, guys. Say what you want to say, while I'm looking for another scary story to read, right? So this it's been over an hour, so I could finish it like in the last half hour of this stream, or like an hour for it, because I want to do things later before I gotta go back home and all this stuff. So just bear in mind, guys. I'm on a tight schedule, so yeah. So I'm gonna mute for a bit while I'm looking some stuff. Sorry, guys. I had to do like a little bit of private call, so while I was eating. So, well, yeah. As much as I say this, we'll finish this up very soon. before 2 a.m. because no big deal. Not 2 a.m. 2 p.m. of course. What time zones I'm in, whatever. My brain's acting really strange up. So the birthday I never, or which happened, of course. Let's see. That was 24 days ago. That means it's on September 9th. I thought that was Alice's birthday, which was on the 16th. If it was on the 16th, man, my God, it would be like a bit of a weird scenario. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna see how many texts is this. I'm not sure if I'm gonna read this whole thing. It's like a little too much text though, so let's see. We'll look for anything going on. Ghost or time glitch. How many text though? Too much. If there's anything that I can read that doesn't feel to look like mucho texto. Hmm. Let's see. It doesn't feel like mucho texto, guys. So, but let me try to give me a little more energy to eat, right? So, give me 1 second. Okay, guys. Let's begin, shall we? So it's about puppies. Ellie was tired, seemed to have her. Wait, Ellie was tired and seemed her to have lost her zest. The pregnancy had taken its toll on her. The time we know her puppies were along will be along any day. We put off. Hold on a sec. And yet I'm out of coffee, guys. So as much as I'm out of coffee, since it's not much, so we'll finish this. And this is what happens when I'm out of coffee. Well, I won't have too much energy to read more scary stories, guys. Until maybe later this week or next week. So, depending on my schedule goes, just be aware when my coffee runs out, that's a sign of danger that I will be ending the stream in less than 20 minutes, alright? So, says Ellie was a great pioneer. Wait, wait, and then we put off along with her being older. 4 wasn't that old. It had been a year since her last letter. Give me a sec. Alright, sorry about that. Okay. Ellie was a great Pyrenees retriever crossed with Pyrenees. I need to check this out, this dog breed, before the end of the stream, since I want to check out what these dogs are, to be honest, since I'm not really much of an expert on dogs, but even though I have to be honest, guys, I'm okay with dogs a lot, like certain dogs, but some dogs, they don't obey me, some dogs do attack me, So yeah, let's say I'm a bit not much of a dog person to a certain type, but yeah, that's that. So okay, the Great Pyrenees Retriever cross had been loyal and been a loyal and loved family member since she was a puppy. Okay, she's still sorry. Okay, welcome to the stream, Abe. So, all right, let's continue, guys. So, since she was sorry, she still thought she was a lap dog, despite a 100 pounds size. Okay, she was loving, cuddly, and played endlessly with kids. Alex and Lindsay played with the kids. Alex and Lindsay should have been say play with the kids who are Alex and Lindsay, or play endlessly played with Alex and Lindsay. In the same token, she was very protective of our family and the farm, chasing off any of her foes imagined in real. We weren't sure who was the dad. There was an American bulldog and a shepherd lab cross in the neighborhood. We were in the area of the farm, so our neighbors were a few miles away, and Ellie was a homebody. We didn't care, however. We were looking forward to some puppies. 6 were already spoken for. They had been born yet. Friends had to say that if there were anything like their mom, they wanted one. The magic time arrived one afternoon. A couple of days later, I'll pop 8 beautiful puppies. Well, 7 popped out. The first one, however, was huge and gave her problems, focusing, forcing us to assist. It had been point. It had pointed ears, unlike the others with floppy ears. Its eyes were also already open and black. We call him Spike. Within the week, Spike, sitting up, looking around despite the difference, we loved them. All the same kind, all the same thinking. That's just the ancient traits throughout in him. Ellie, however, wasn't keen up on the big puppy. She allowed him to nurse and kept them clean, but there seemed to be pain for a while. Spike was nursing. An inspection showed that he already had a full set of teeth and some. Okay, this is a not normal dog, guys. Here's canine. As a result of ball feeding him, okay, the kids loved this. They grew up close to Spike, and it wasn't as long that Spike before Spike grown tired of the bottle. We started him on a palabum made with goat's milk, couple of eggs, and some puppy formula. He loved the mixture, but again, it didn't take any more than a couple of weeks until it wasn't enough. He was growing incredibly at an incredible rate, so we changed over the pablum, the mixture of pablum and puppy chow in that lasted 2 weeks before he was straight kibble. He was on straight kibble. Okay, this is normal. That's not normal. And he was now twice the size of his brothers and sister. Definitely a, the dominant male. None of the other dogs were allowed around this kibble. Not even Ellie. We moved them outside the pen that built 4 baby goats. They loved it here. For extra space, that have calmed Spike's aggressiveness for a few weeks anyway. Over the next few weeks, our friends came by to pick up their new family members. Everyone took a white breathe around Spike. We were torn as we love all our puppies, including Spike. The kids had a special love of Spike. It seems he had the same for them. They would spend hours chasing each other around the pen, and wrestling with him. On the 8th week, birthday 6 puppies went to their forever homes. The runt of the litter we called Lou, and Spike were left. Spike was now tall as his mom, not near as heavy, but easily 50 pounds. We still had hopes he and Lulu find homes through a Facebook ad. Okay, Facebook ad, really? And about 10 weeks, Lulu went to her home, and all we had left was Spike. Spike's front toes had amazed. They were that long to grasp if he want as something if he wanted to. Okay, another thing caught my attention. He spent hours watching everything going around him. He would swear, analyzing everyone and everything. He still spent hours a day playing with the kids. They had a special bond, and we had much concluded that this was going to be Spike's forever home. So that bond with the kids was crucial. One day, my wife went out to feed the chickens, came home in panic, in tears, that she found out the pen door was open. All 15 of our chickens completely excavated, not eaten apart, torn apart. We assume it's not the latch of the gate, not latched the gate properly, and of course, some coyotes got in. The birds weren't eaten, however. It was Mr. Spike was in his pen, watching everything. What? As nothing, my wife distressed. He spent the day with her on his on her lap whenever she sat down. A few days later, our neighbors lost 3 sheep. A couple days after that, another lost 2 goats. Okay, wow. The neighborhood then formed a hunting party after the coyotes. Then we had only searched for an hour. We found a small pack of scavenging remains of the 5 animals and a couple of chickens stacked on top of the boneyard. We eliminated that pack. They had clearly taken hunting the fence in the prey. They had to be dealt with. The bone pile, however, was concerned. None of us had ever seen coyotes pile their prey to eat later. Now our stacked hunters. We, however, went home happy throughout that day. We solved our problems, and our livestock would be safe. That bone pile, however, stayed in my mind. Spike was now bigger than Ellie, so much that the kids would ride around his back. Not at one at this time, both at once. And I was worried that as dogs continued to grow for a year at this rate, he'll be big as a small pony. Although calm and friendly with us, anyone who came thinking of adopting him instantly left after Spike virtually attacked them and snarled like he knew he didn't want to go. Mike had snubbed all forms of kibble we offered. We seems that satisfied with large hunks of raw meat, we managed a deal with a local butcher who gave us some scraps. Animals had started going missing from the neighborhood farms. Our hunting party found the previous bone pile, okay? Okay, this is what's going on, but no predators to be found. Because long despite the day search, no predators to be found, and it's gonna be a big surprise. Which it might be Spike, or is it? And lost his pig. So basically, a couple of nights later, okay, lost his pig, and they got nervous that the animals could, if this animal could easily carry a pig, rather not only say human or animal. Okay, a couple of nights later, lost another pig. Okay, this is getting a little scary to be honest. It could be Spike. All right, so give me a second, guys. I need to take a little breather. And welcome to the stream, Abe's and Demon. I'm glad you joining in, of course, since I only have at least a couple of minutes left before I might gotta head off. So give me one moment. All right. Okay, as much as my coffee is done and the food is gone, so let's get rid of this. Oh, yep. I think I'll be finishing my session very soon after I finish this session, after reading the story, because, yeah, I would want to talk more if I have more coffee, guys. So, yeah, the coffee meter and my food meter had hit its limits, so let's continue. Alright, so basically, Mr. Harley kind of like that it lost an opinion, draws the camel's back. Okay, he decided to stake out his pasture and held something aloft in the barn in the pasture. Okay, Mr. Harley completes the investigation when 20 men show up in camo with tactical gear, refusing to talk to anyone. They all head into the forest. Spike and Ellie watch the goings outstretched from on the front porch, and I must be crazy. And I swear Mike was smiling. But at the end of the day, I already show up. These guys were understood night shift. Spike and Ellie still on the front porch watching the goings for a few minutes, then laid out a nap. The following morning, the tactical team loaded a dead Grizz into the back of the truck. So in once in Spike, it might be a Grizz, which might be a bear they hunt down, which is really weird. We didn't. So basically, advised that the Grizz had done the attacks. We had nothing to worry about anymore. We didn't believe him. No Grizz jumped over the prince. So We had an meet at night to figure out how to protect ourselves and our animals. Okay, they had a meeting. They talking about how they protect their animals and themselves. And Mr. Hartley didn't stand against the creature and took out the time to stress. And let's see. Well, I'm just gonna speed run this. So as we're all both reading this, just let me know. I'll let you know this is like we're almost to the end, alright? So okay, and we took time out of stress, went out and played with the dogs. The kids ran to see Spike, enjoying his time with them. My wife, while playing catch with Ellie, they suggest we had no losses. We were outside the territory, and we would be lucky. Then the kids went by right and Spike, giggling and laughing. As the far end, the mom say, "What an ugly dog! No way. He's kind of cool, with his big chest, pointed ears, and fingers were my fingers were and fingers." My wife interjects, "Okay, this is kind of weird." And we had a few days with no losses, then a few weeks, and then a few months, and it was our theory correct. Our neighbors had suffered majority loss. Mr. Jones had to place a farm few had to place a few farms up, had even starting loss of cattle. And around that time, Spike went missing. We thought like he must have been jumped off the fence and run into the forest. He was staring out there, and I figured out fully, fend for himself, not much in our forest challenging him. He was not the size of a small pony with fangs and claws. That would be that would strike fear into anyone didn't know him, of course. Especially he stood his back legs. Hope he's okay. The kids running in the evening excited. Spike that came home for a visit. They got a ride on his shoulders and laughed and correct. You mean his back? No, no. No, Daddy, no. His shoulders. And he walked like this. Okay. This is very, very weird, guys. And yeah. Wow. It's a bit of a weird story. And as I said, guys, we're gonna go turn off the. I'm gonna show the window capture, and yeah, the food is finished and the coffee is gone. So, as much as said and done, people, we're gonna go back, and you see my settings here. But even though I'm not in my room, in my haunted home anyway, in my haunted, attic room anyway, so I'm basically downstairs in the haunted, since I said before how the first stream and I kind of got muted off, so basically there is a lore, how if you see my photos, basically, let's say this, the ravine is in my map, along with, give me one moment. Let's say this, the ravine's in my map. Sorry about that phone dropped. So let's say, it's like my friends keep calling me, but he doesn't know I'm streaming at the moment, so just let me continue this. Let's say this. The ravines in my map, like in the map in one, let's say in the VTuber space, also Sprinkles Cafe is in the map, also Athena's creation home there, and also let's say the place I'm in. Oh, give me a second. I was just gonna tell them. My friend needs to stop calling me, and the thing is, he needs to know I'm streaming. So, geesh, let's continue. So, since I had to I tried to text him, but I had to hang out for now. So let's continue. As I'm saying, guys, look. Let's say this, like Mariah Canyon kind of is above the ravine and the other places in the map, so and I'm in this haunted place, could be part of the ravine or in between the ravine, Mariah Academy, or whatever it is, because, there's a lot of things happening in this weird type of VTuber space map, to be honest. So, even though I said, okay, we're going to give our sponsor Poggers, since, there's sleep formula, energy formula, hydration formula, but I'm planning to get those at some point either in the next few weeks, try them out, maybe, you know, make a review video on this, like, to see how it is. So, give me a second. Can you stop calling me? Yeah, okay. So, finally, let's try. Sorry about this. Like, my friend's been annoying. He needs to stop calling me when I'm about to be done streaming. So, okay, let's try to cut things straight since, with Poggers. So, I might I might need to get the money so to get the three formulas and do a review on it, cuz I'm just going to say this, maybe make a commercial about it, guys. So, that's said and done. Yep. Sorry about that nuclear. Yeah, I I had to put this because, situations, but I'll fix the chat like later after the stream, guys. So, look, I know for some reasons that it's a lot of things goes on with my with the kick stream at the moment, but I had to fix that, so don't worry about it. So yeah, so as that, since I'll be doing a review video anyways, so not just only that. Yeah, you didn't know you were streaming, man. You shouldn't have called me. Yeah. Oh yeah. I see, I see. I'll fix that nuclear. I'll fix that later, right? So, and also I'll be streaming tomorrow as well. So, hold on, let me show you my schedule. As much as I'm, nothing much, Rimuru. So, yeah. Since I'm about to end stream soon, so before I'm gonna end my stream, I'm gonna show my schedule. So, give me a second. I'm looking for my schedule. So, there we go. And I'm gonna move that. So tomorrow we'll be playing a short horror game, which is Absent. So yeah, yeah, you might be new as well, nuclear. Which there's some people lurking on my stream as well, since there's one viewer always lurk a lot. So you know the whole deal. So after the stream, I might get to fix this chat anyways, on Kick. So understand that. So as I said, so my schedule is basically on tomorrow we're playing a short horror game. Saturday we might gotta. This is like very unknown because either I'll be in a fun place Saturday night or continue streaming this game, or I'm not sure. We'll do a little chat in the stream, maybe. Like I don't mind you people talking to me on the chat while to tell how things going, which is like 1 hour chat, whatever. It's basically unknown for Saturday, but Sunday it's unknown as well since yeah, I know. Randomon is the Lucario of the digital world, which I get the point with how foxes are, to be honest. So as much as my schedule is set for this week, so I'm gonna wrap things up, alright? So since as I said before, the coffee is finished and you know the The food is done, so yeah, I will try to get things done. So yeah, yeah, I'll be playing horror games this month, like on my gaming channel, Rimuru, and I know that, and I know this nuclear. Like, yeah, I see the point about the anime situations with Digimon and Pokemon, but yet I kind of stopped watching the Digimon anime for some reason that I didn't have time for it. But even the Pokemon anime as well, since I didn't have time for it as well, because at least I'm gonna say my opinion with the Digimon and Pokemon anime. Let's say this. Well, yeah, with the Digimon and Pokemon anime, like Digimon, they make things better in a way like they kind of switch out the characters, as in they don't want to do the same formula how Ash Ketchum was and all this stuff, which it felt like the Simpsons effect. Like, but at least it's done, and they moved on with a new character, which is a good thing. And yeah, and even though I might think about watching Pokemon Horizons whatsoever. Well, if you read on my stream on Rimuru, you have to know one thing that I'm basically was reading scary stories, and if anyone recommend whatever scary stories it is, you know what I'm talking about. So it's basically I was eating lunch whatsoever. Yeah. Hmm. The most underrated Pokemon. So as I say, the most underrated Pokemon I could say is, let's say, uh, out of the most underrated I could say is Magikarp, because we know the whole situation. Because you know how pathetic it is. It's not creepy pastas, but it's like random scary stories I found in forums. Nothing much, Rimuru. Just random scary stories, anyways. Oh, Shallows. Shells is not an underrated Pokemon as well, because we know they have two different forms, the East and the West, and they have two in their evolution forms. They look the same with different colors, I could say, and that's between the Pokemon and you say you got like the Pokemon games. And yeah, the Pokemon games are okay. It's better than the Pokemon anime in the way, as in during the times when Ash Ketchum was there. Same thing with with Digimon, But to be honest, the Digimon anime is fine, but the Digimon games, it's kind of too complicated. So, yeah. So instead said done, since it's 2 p.m. already, but I would want to, since I've been doing like a little bit of Yap session before I end the stream, since I've been going like straight to action in the beginning of the Yap stream, like I only have a small Yap session, but this is like a little bit of a Yap session before I go anyways. So yeah, since I already done reading scary stories from a forum, so I'm just gonna do this like yeah, gotta get everything ready for later, since at least it's been a good 2 hour stream, to be honest. So like nearly 2 hours, yeah. And I agree on this. Is like in the opinion says the Pokemon anime is just repetitive. I mean, like, oh, Team Rocket tries to capture Pikachu. Yeah, that's the part I don't like about the old Pokemon anime, because yeah, it's really too repetitive. They don't even grow up in the way like how games are, to be honest. Because like think about this, every single episode, Team Rocket this, Team Rocket that. Sometimes we give a chance to the other Team Rocket members, or we give another chance to Giovanni. We give a chance to the other evil teams like Galactic, Aqua. The whole deal. But honestly, you guys, I'm just saying, this is a little bit in a situation how the writing of the anime and was that bad, because like why you had to put Ash Ketchum to continue 25 years of this. Yeah. Yeah, I see. Like Ash Kenja's mom, so it's alright to be honest. And I can tell you why, but we all know about the mystery about Ash's dad. Could be Professor Oak, or it could be, it's not from Giovanni, but it could be someone else besides Professor Oak. Because I'm just saying my theory. But we don't know about Ash's dad, but that's the only thing we kept things a mystery, to be honest. But, as said and done, man, like, look. Ash won the Pokemon League, but yet the anime should have stopped from there. They won Pokemon League, but yet no, they just want to continue on with the so-called rankings. To be honest, but yeah, well, the Mr. Mime theories has been debunked somehow. To be honest, let's say Mr. Mime is basically Ash's stepdad. Nothing much. And so it's giving about them what kind of say. So yeah, then it is kind of debunked to say because why the heck you have a Pokemon as a stepdad, which is kind of okay in a way, but it makes in this situation, yeah. I know Pikachu's been overrated for like nearly 30 years already, to be honest. But like, man, Pokemon's been like, it's like, let's say this, we're nearly to 2025, but yet we only have one more, like less than a year and a half left for its 30th anniversary, guys. Yeah. But I'm not sure what I'll be doing in 2026 for my streams in the future, guys, since, hopefully I'll get myself an original VTuber model, but like, you'll be seeing like a bit of a human form of a VTuber model with some adjusted features, guys, which I'm planning to do because, the thing is, when I have the adjusted features, it'll be a good thing because it's gonna take a while. So since it depends on the funding and all this stuff, which is a situation and that. Well, for colors, it's hard to say, but mostly I like something shiny colors to be honest, like morely silverish color, like silver color like or greenish color like or something like that. Something shiny. Not much to say, but yeah. So I can't hold too long on my stream because I have to get going soon. So yeah, I know, I know. So yeah, hopefully I'll be on tomorrow, guys. So and even though I'll be on tomorrow, nuclear. So after the stream is over, I'm just gonna fix this and I head out because I have things to do. So you get the point. So you'll be seeing me playing the game on Kick, but if you're on YouTube, I'll be playing the game on my gaming channel. Since I'm multi-stream, so this is basically like when you see the chat, you see someone talking to me on YouTube, and when you see someone talking on Trouble is fine, and I see you talking to me on Kick. So the whole deal that I manage like 2 YouTube channels and two streaming sites. That's the only thing I do. But hopefully, I'll be streaming on Twitch at some point as well. So it'll be like a big of like an expansion of the multi-streaming situation. But once I get my new VTube model ready and my original lore ready, to be honest. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna close. I'm gonna close up the stream now. And as usual, guys, don't forget to work hard and get good. And I hope you enjoyed the stream and keep let's say this, like this is how it's hard to say with how one of my friends says keep party hard on and the only others says like oats curry and all this stuff, the whole deal. So and also don't forget to purchase something on my poggers. The link's down below so you could use my code or you could go through my link and just you get 10% off of your purchase of whatever their products they're selling. And if you do care about, want to support me, want me to get my new VTuber model ready, or whatever necessaries need, like help me out, pay out rent, well, my coffee link is down below. You could tip me there, since, I'm not gonna say this, people. You don't need to waste too much or whatever, as much as I say, because look, a lot of, streamers say, just spend your money wisely, don't splurge too much, to be honest. Oh, that's a good thing. An EV fusion. I will see that later on, so if anything, man, look, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Blue Sky, I'm on Truth, I'm on like various multiple websites. If you look, they're on my link tree. I'm on various social media, but like mostly I've been active on Twitter, sometimes Threads or Instagram. You get the whole deal. So yeah. So and if you're on my let's say on my Discord, or you're basically on one of my friends' Discord, yeah. Hmm, that's a good one. That's a good one, man. Okay, I'm. It's already past my time already, since I can't stay too long. I can't stay too long, anyways. So since I had my Yap session, need to be cut short because I have to do some things. So yeah, if you want to show it like on Twitter or Blue Sky or whatever social media you're on, Nuclear, show it to me, and then it won't be a big deal unless if you're on Discord, either if I'm in one of your friends' Discords or the official servers like related to VTubers and all this stuff. Yeah, I'm around, so I don't mind to see your drawings, Nuclear. It'll be a good thing. So said it's done. So I will see that later, and I look forward for it. So once everything is done, just you could tag me through my social media, like any of the social media you're on, alright? And I'll check it out, alright? So it's said and done, guys. I'm heading out, so. And have a nice afternoon, or whatever time zone you're in, Nuclear, because right now I have to, I have to go see my cats and all this stuff, so yeah. So, I will see you later, or like I say tomorrow, right? If you're on social media or on Discord, yeah, I'm around. So I'll see you later. And if you want to see my next stream, it's on tomorrow as usual on my schedule. So yeah, just be aware about tomorrow, right? So I might be gonna be either streaming early tomorrow than my schedule, or let's say a little or on time. So it depends if I'm doing it or not. So, but I'm not gonna be too long on this. So be aware of that. So it's all said, man. On. Let me get off the schedule. Alright. Now, I'm just gonna end this stream, guys. And peace out. And as usual, don't forget to work hard and get good.